What up, people? Welcome to this podcast, the Fight Talk Podcast. This is Gio alongside Trey Hoes. Yo, Trey Hoes, what up?
Yo, Gio, what's going on?
How you doing, my brother? All the way from Medellin, Colombia.
Yo, Gio, what's going on, man?
Papa, over here in the USA, and you're over there in Medellin, Papa. You're over there with different girls every day of the week.
Yeah, I am.
All you gotta do is say, soy americano.
That's it, man. They fucking, they don't like, honestly, they're not so into that shit like they used to, bro.
Like they used to? Shit's changing, right?
Yeah, they're getting smarter, you know? They're becoming like entrepreneurs.
Bro, all you seeing over there is probably girls from USA anyway, bro, trying to get their BBL and shit.
The Colombian girls too, bro. But yo, let's talk about the fights, man. This is tipsy episode. I'm down to talk about my Colombia experience. That's actually a good idea. We should do that. But let's talk about this.
Let's talk about the main thing, the main fucking thing that happened, bro.
Joshua Usyk, fucking
there you
Usyk
go.
Upset, man. Holy shit, bro. This is not like the Andy Ruiz situation, in my opinion, man.
Yeah, it was a good fight, man.
It's a big difference, I think. This loss that Joshua's taking is different than the Ruiz fight, you know?
Yeah. So what I seen from this fight is I seen a great boxer versus a master boxer. That's exactly what I seen right there. Usyk right off the bat started catching the rhythm, right? Going forward, had Joshua in a little of trouble because, you know, he started off good. You know what I'm saying? Joshua somehow adjusted. Props to Joshua for that. And then Usyk found his rhythm again, you know, found a way to stop that. Joshua started to adjust again, and there goes Usyk again. And this time, you know, he stopped it. He fucking ended with a bang. He made sure that fight went to him.
I feel like with Usyk though, the question with him was the size. Would the size difference be too much of a big factor with the heavyweight division? You know, Joshua's size, would he be able to implement that on Usyk? Because in the Chisora fight, it looked like Usyk was maybe too small for the heavyweight division, not carrying as much power as he did in the cruiserweight division. And man, his skill, bro, that Lomachenko's type of like skill set that he has, that he brought up to the heavyweight division, makes up for that size difference. And the power, I saw the power there too. He's not a fucking knockout artist like Joshua, like Wilder, you know.
It was almost like he could have knocked Joshua out, you know, as a result of accumulation punches, right?
Yeah, the same way that Lomachenko would have knocked, like, stops people, you know, like an accumulation of just like frustrating your opponent and, you know, just pressure, that amount of volume you're mounting to the pressure, you know.
This was a violent chess match, exactly what it is, right? It was a game of the minds there. Who would win? Who was the better boxer? Who could learn who the quickest and adjust to it? That's exactly what it was, and I loved watching that shit. This fight was not really for everybody. It was more for like the actual 100% hardcore boxing fan who could understand what they're watching.
But this is why I tell you, the big difference, though, between this fight and the Andy Ruiz loss that he took is, you know, Andy Ruiz didn't show any discipline for the second fight. He didn't train as hard, and, you know, he let it slide. Usyk's not going to let that happen for the rematch, bro. Usyk, if anything, is going to work even harder for the rematch.
So you're saying
and
that
on top
Andy
of that, it was a clear indicator that he's a better boxer than Joshua. Joshua's not going to be able to make up for that in one training camp, bro. It was very obvious that Usyk is he has the better fundamentals, bro, you know?
So basically you're saying that Andy Ruiz's mentality is less stronger than Usyk. Usyk would not do what Andy Ruiz did, which is just let go because he feels secure that he had Joshua's number.
He has a stronger mentality, Usyk, than Andy Ruiz. And on top of that, he carries a much higher level of skill set than Andy Ruiz does too.
Mm-hmm.
So I think in that sense, you know, Joshua's in trouble for the rematch too.
Okay.
You know, he needs to really come up with – I think he needs to be more aggressive for the second fight, man. In my opinion, at least, like for the boxer, like Usyk, the way he was boxing him up, I think his game plan would be to actually, you know, try to knock him out.
Yo, Joe Rogan said some shit, right? I don't know if you caught his post, right? Where the last 10 seconds, you can see in the going, you know, clap to the 10-second warning. And then like 3 seconds later, they stopped the fight. That shit was crazy. I didn't even believe it, but I was like, hold up. Let me review this shit. I started watching shit, and it's actually true, bro.
You think it was Eddie Hearn just fucking
Stopped
running
early.
into the bell and just bringing it?
Nah, not like I don't know what's that guy that does the little clips and shit. Not like how he said it, but it was. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if I turn and I see Eddie doing it because look, let me tell you something. What coincidence is there, bro? Joshua was hurt. He was. Some could say like give it a one more minute or some seconds in that round, he probably would have got knocked out.
Let me ask you something. Do you think Joshua can come up with a game plan that could potentially get the win in the rematch against Usyk, or do you think it's just inevitable that Usyk can win the rematch? That he's too skilled for him. He's got his number.
No, so I have an answer for you. When it comes to that, right? It depends who you're fighting. When you're fighting a regular boxer, yes, that can be done. If you're fighting somebody like Usyk, it probably could be done, but it would take like really more thinking. And then also once you get in there, you have to learn how to adjust. Also, like you have to have a plan B, C, D, F, and G, all the way to Z. You know what I'm saying? Because that guy is just a smart boxer. You can tell this was a high IQ boxing match.
It was, and watching that fight reminded me a lot of the Lomachenko fights. Like I watched, this was like a heavyweight Lomachenko,
like a smart special boxer.
Yeah, and the way he was moving too, like those shifts, the way he was shifting to the left and right side, his slips, the way he was able to time. He has a lot of the same wrinkles that Lomo carries with him, and in his weight.
Joshua has 2 losses now, right? Let me ask you this: is this the Anthony Joshua that we will all now know?
In what sense do you mean? Like I think this is a good thing for Joshua.
The Joshua with no chin, the Joshua that can be beat. He
looks very vulnerable. He does look very
vulnerable. That's the word.
He's the obvious not best heavyweight in the division.
Nah, I would say
number one.
Nah. Like you mean out of the top 4 or 5 right now that are like really trending? I would say he's over Wilder for sure.
Yeah, but I think this is good for him too, because at the same time he's taking all the big fights too. He didn't have to fight Usyk. He could have just fought some other B, C class fighter and then won that fight by knockout and then go up against Fury, But no, with the exception of the rematch clause, he's taking on those bouts, knowing if he loses, he's got that rematch like what he did with Andrew Ruiz to prepare, Now, the whole thing with this one, though, is that I don't think even in the rematch, he's going to be able to pull it off against Usyk. I think Usyk is one of those guys that he's too skilled for – he adapts, and he's too skilled for a Joshua,
Yeah.
He's going to have an answer to whatever he has for him.
Yeah, I feel like even if he comes prepared and shit like that, Usyk, and even if you come prepared as well and you manage to counter his game plan, I'm sure in his head he could create another 1 or 2 or 3 that to counter that. You know what I'm saying? That's how smart I feel Usyk is.
And I feel like he goes back to the Andy Ruiz fight, thinking about it, like, if I lose this fight, I'll just prepare, but I'll come up with a better game plan for the rematch. Take all things to consideration. Andy Ruiz he fucked up for himself on the rematch, That played a part as to why Joshua was able to be as successful as he was. Usyk is going to train it probably even harder for this fight,
I got 2 questions for you, man. First question.
What's up?
All right. Joshua and Fury, this UK mega fight that we all wanted. I'm not even from UK, but I wanted that shit for them. You know what I'm saying? Is it at risk?
The Joshua Fury fight?
Yeah, the UK mega fight. Is it at risk?
I mean, yeah, it is. Obviously it is, because Joshua needs to win this rematch to get it, It's still going to be a big UK fight if he loses the next fight against Usyk,
it becomes more of a risk.
But it doesn't hit the magnitude that it potentially still could if he beats Usyk in the rematch. If he beats him in a rematch, he's back in the same position that he was right before he lost.
It becomes more of a risk now because now for that fight to happen, to be the undisputed, mega fight that we want, right? That would require Anthony Joshua to, and Usyk to have that rematch, win, and Wilder to lose to Fury so Fury can win, and then it would happen. You know what I'm saying? So there's like a lot of like ifs and ands. You know what I'm saying?
But you got to respect that from Joshua, though. Willing to do that, like props to him. No matter what his legacy turns out to be, he never turned down a big fight or like a high risk, low reward kind of fight.
Here's another
like
question
this one.
for you. Ready?
What's up?
Now, will Anthony Joshua have a chance at these top guys without any belt? You know what I'm saying? There is no leverage on his side if he does not have a belt, right? Would these guys feel like it's too much risk for a reward, or would they want that name on their resume? You know what I'm saying? Is he less
But
likely
that's
to
the
get a
thing.
fight?
That's the thing about it, though. Like, he still can have a great career, even if he loses the second time against Usyk. There's other big fights to make with Josh. Joshua's still a top heavyweight. You know, he goes up. He still has a big fight against Deontay Wilder.
Mm-hmm.
He still has a big fight against Tyson Fury. You know, he's got another trilogy fight. He's got a trilogy fight against Andy Ruiz. He's got a bunch of big fights he could still make, even if he loses to Usyk in the rematch. And he could, even if he could still go, he could still target the other belts. Even if he, like, loses this rematch, let's go after the WBC, you know?
I mean, that's the only one out there, really, internet. You know what I'm saying? Like on fucking worldwide belt out there.
Yeah, aside from the ones that Usyk has. Yep. So look, okay, so Usyk versus, now what's next for Usyk? You know, he wins this rematch.
Obviously, there's a rematch clause to this shit, so that's gonna
there's
have
a rematch.
to happen.
Yeah, that's gonna have to happen. That's gonna happen. But let's say he wins that rematch. What's next for Usyk? It would probably be the winner of Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury versus Wilder 3.
Listen, the heavyweights is thing. Let me ask you one last question about this whole shit. Like, do you feel bad for all these other heavyweights who are up and coming, just trying to touch a belt, bro? When you have all these like heavyweights that are like, you know, are trending and, you know,
absolutely
hot topics
not,
right
man.
now. Nah, of course I do. What are you talking about? You don't feel bad for them?
I do. Look, everyone has the same struggle, man. You know, they're all trying to target the belts and get their shot. But what I'm saying, though, is that if there's any belt that is more up in the air, it's the heavyweight division, bro. Look what just happened with Usyk and Joshua. You know, there's not really like a solid champ. You know, the heavyweight division is one of the, you know, it only takes one punch in the heavyweight division. Mm-hmm. So it really makes the belt up in the air, and you just need that one shot to really land that opportunity to become champ. You know.
Nah, I get what you're saying, but I feel bad for them though, because at the end of the day, like for you to even take some of that limelight, you know, there's just a lot to do.
But why do you feel bad for them?
Because man, there's so much of this belt going around within the same 5 people. Know what I'm saying? This whole belt shit.
It wasn't 5 people. It wasn't 5 people.
It really is, if you really think about it. It is.
Who?
We got the main 5 people right now, bro. We got fucking Andy Ruiz, Joshua Fury, Wilder, Usyk now. Like, of course, you can feel bad for the other people trying to come up and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because now they have to compete with that. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, those guys are earning their opportunities, man. You know, Dylan White's trying to fucking get his shot. You have Povetkin out there too.
Yeah, but we're talking about, bro, listen, this conversation right here, right, minus Usyk, we were having like years ago. You know what I'm saying? Like now we have Usyk in the picture of the top guys and shit like that because he beat Anthony Joshua. And now it still makes the same people that were 8, 9, 10, like, you know what I'm saying, in that same position, bro, that they were basically like fucking 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? They're still trying.
Bro, if they keep winning fights, they're going to get their shot. 100% they're going to get their shot, man.
Tell that to the 32-year-old person trying to come up and shit like that, knowing that he only got a few years left and now he got to do a few more years of waiting.
Give me a name of someone right now in that position.
No, I'm not even talking about nobody specific. I'm talking about, like, listen, there's not just, it goes beyond these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? It goes way back to people even trying and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It just goes to that. Like, there's a lot to do to stand out.
We got Joseph Parker, who had an opportunity already against Anthony Joshua a few years back, lost by decision.
Yeah, a few years back.
Joe Joyce.
Okay.
Who's actually
Daniel
Dubois. Joe Joyce actually fought Alexander Povetkin. He had a fucking great fight against him. He's 13-0. Mm-hmm. You know, if he keeps winning, he's eventually going to land at least a top contender
in 3 fucking years. You know what I'm saying? Because these guys are still, you're still letting the smoke clear out with these motherfuckers. That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
they're not there
talk
yet,
about
bro.
If you're still winning.
You're speaking too soon for some of these guys.
Nah, like, for some of these guys, I'm speaking too late.
Like who? Andy Ruiz had his opportunity. He won, and then he lost it. Dylan White got knocked out by Povetkin. Beat him in the rematch. So still still to be seen what's going on with Dylan White. Deontay Wilder's going up against Fury. Usyk just won against Joshua. That's the top 8 right there, bro.
There's a lot of things. Also, who also won in Triller? There's some guy that won in Triller right now, Michael Hunter, right? That's the guy that just won, right?
I think so, yeah.
All right, there you go. That's another guy that's trying to, right? But you're gonna tell me that they're gonna have
right.
they're gonna have to.
He's got one loss.
Yeah, they're gonna have to tell him, yo, listen, you have to wait, bro. You have to wait till the smoke clears out for these people, and then you can talk. That's just what I'm saying. That's fucked up. They have the whole division waiting. But anyways,
all right.
Switch it up.
So look, so let's switch it up. Let's talk about Canelo versus Plant press conference. Damn, I only had one beer, bro. You see, this is why I can't have 2 beers. Canelo versus Plant press conference. Did Caleb Plant lose the fight already? And I mean, did you expect this press conference to go this way? I kind of didn't. I thought it would be a more respectful press conference than what it was.
I get upset at those people that are asking me like, yo, or even saying like, yo, this shit is fake. This shit is fake. You know what I'm saying? It's also
definitely not.
That's what I'm trying to say, bro. And it gets me upset when people say that shit. Like, it's not fucking fake. I'll tell you when it's fake, when they're face to face and they're like this to each other and saying, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to get you. Like, shut up. All right. That's fake.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying? But this is not
fake.
even
an argument right there, bro.
Yeah.
That was 100% real between Canelo versus Plant. Now, Canelo, I think, won the dynamic of that press conference. You know, I think he got as far as like the mind games and everything is concerned, I feel like Canelo won that round, right? I mean, we can agree on that, right?
Yeah, Canelo won before he even stepped in the ring, just based off that press conference, right? There was a lot of comments going around that this press conference was 10-8, Canelo. You know what I'm saying? And just the way he looked in this press conference, right? Because, you know, this guy tried to slap him, right, with a left hand. And Canelo, the way he just stepped back, dodged it, turned with it, and was able to counter that shit with 2 of them. You know what I'm saying? That just says what type of fighter this guy is. He's just on point, fast, ready.
I mean, Eddie Reynoso right away posted a clip, like a comparison clip between the 2. And it's like Canelo doing the same thing in sparring. So he knows exactly how to react to that already, man. Now, people don't see though, like right before Caleb went for the left, this motherfucker dropped his glasses and then he slipped. Did you peep that? He dropped his glasses a millisecond before he dodged that. Like he had his glasses, he took it off, he put it down, he dropped it the millisecond before Caleb Plant threw the left. You got to watch it, man. It was
no. I saw that he didn't have his glasses. I saw he didn't have his glasses on and shit like that. I just assumed
motherfucker's a ninja, bro.
I just assumed he did it like just in case type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
But that makes it more impressive to me, at least. It makes it more impressive the way he reacts.
I'm excited for this fight, man. Like I really am. Like this is that fight right now for me this year.
People say that Caleb Plant is faster than Canelo, but like after
people gotta shut the fuck up. Straight up.
You agree with that? I think Canelo's got the fast. They have about the same speed and hands,
bro. Canelo
I think where Caleb Plant could capitalize is his feet. You know,
Canelo's
Caleb
faster,
Plant probably
stronger, the better resume, all around fighter. Like this guy got it all. There's nothing you can say bad about this guy. You know what I'm saying? His accolades, like everything.
Fuck the resumes and shit though. Like
his accolades,
what does
bro.
What does Caleb Plant have on him? Like what kind of attributes does he have on him right now to actually give Canelo some trouble?
People were saying, listen, I'm going to just say this. If Saunders could not do nothing to Canelo, what the fuck is Plant going to do? I don't care what nobody says. Saunders was a bigger threat than Caleb is. 100%. By a landslide, bro. This guy.
Why do you say that?
Because just as Saunders proved it. Right? In the fight, right? He was very slippery. He was hard to get, you know what I'm saying? Canelo was getting a little desperate. Like, it was to the point where Canelo has to do something, you know what I'm saying? He's just a bigger threat to Plant. There's nothing that Plant can do that Canelo has not seen yet. 100%.
Canelo got offended. He did get offended, though, because Caleb Plant called him a motherfucker.
Yeah, but I mean, that's bullshit, too, though. Yeah, that's bullshit, too.
It is bullshit. You know what I think? I think Canelo learned English. I think motherfuckers now just trying to sell the fight at this point, man.
Like, bro, motherfucker don't mean your mother is fucks and shit, or you fuck your mother, or whatever the fuck you want it to mean, you know, in your head. Motherfucker's just like basically regular bullshit, curses and shit American, right? And he knows the shit because he's used it before, and I seen it in a fucking clip, which made me realize that, motherfucker, because he told, who was it? He was telling,
Demetrius Andrade.
There you go. He was like, get out of here, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, hold up. You wish you had a beer, right? Oh, I thought you talking about you wish you had a beer.
Nah.
You want payday? And he called him a motherfucker, right? You telling me that he called
Danny Jacobs a motherfucker too.
All right, so there you go. You know that motherfucker's just a curse. You know that's not nothing to do with your mother.
He didn't say it actually in Spanish, in English though. He said it. He's like chinga tu madre.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. That's a Mexican shit. Chinga tu madre, and chinga tu madre is exactly that, motherfucker, right? Motherfucker is like you're a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You fuck mothers. That's what I guess it would mean, right? Like it does mean that it's self-explanatory, right? That's what it means, right? And chinga tu madre is the same shit. So Mexicans say it all the time.
So I'm with Caleb Plant on that. I don't think anyone buys Canelo saying that.
I'm with Caleb Plant on that 100% too as well. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to Canelo using that as an excuse, yes, Caleb got that. But when it comes to who won that exchange, obviously it's Canelo.
Yeah, I feel like Caleb now. I feel like that altered his game plan. Maybe it altered his maybe he knows Canelo he knows how to slip my punches. Maybe.
It's Canelo, bro.
Maybe it's best to box him. I don't know, what kind of. I think Caleb Plant's going to try to box him. That's the game plan.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think Caleb Plant's going to try to outbox him. Because I look at Caleb Plant's fights, and I think his, the clear advantage he has on Canelo and he attributes, bro, is his footwork. He's got fast feet. He has the capacity, kind of like the Billy Joe Saunders in a way. He can move in and out of the ring, out of range, I feel quicker than what Canelo can. And I think he could use that. He's got some fast hands too. He's a good boxer. And I think he's going to try to outbox him. He's going to use the Floyd Mayweather, Arizlán Lara, what Billy Joe Saunders was trying to do route against Canelo. That's what I think he's going to do.
A few boxers have tried that route and they were all unsuccessful.
Yeah, but what do you think he's going to try to fight him? You think he's going to try to
I'm going to tell you this. There's nothing that Caleb Plant can do to either take Canelo by surprise or win.
But his best opportunity, let me ask you, what if his best shot, his best opportunity of winning this fight, what do you say is banging it up with Canelo or boxing him?
Caleb Plant, 100% everybody knows it's boxing Canelo.
Exactly.
But Caleb Plant is not a better boxer than Saunders and maybe Lara. You know what I'm saying? To me.
We have yet to see. We have to see. We don't know that.
We don't know that against Canelo, but we know that.
No,
because
we don't know
who the fuck have you seen that Caleb Plant has beat?
When he fights Canelo.
Who the fuck you seen that Caleb Plant has beat that you be like, wow, this guy did it to him? There's no one. His whole resume is fucking flimsy, bro. His whole fucking resume,
that doesn't mean that Billy Joe Saunders is better than him, though. It just means that he has a better resume. That argument you can use on Terrence Crawford, You're just going with the eye. Maybe he is better than Billy Joe Saunders. Maybe.
This guy's only beat one undefeated guy, and Canelo will be the second guy with one loss. And after that, it's 2 losses or more. Bro, Caleb Plant has nothing on Canelo, bro.
There's a lot of pressure in this fight for both, though. This is a legacy fight. It's undisputed,
I guess, man. But like I said, it's not enough for Canelo. Canelo got this, and my money's on that. And if I could fucking bet everything on that shit, we all know that, and you know that.
Yeah, I got Canelo winning.
So let's not be nice here.
I'm not being nice. I'm just saying Caleb's got some attributes, All
right, so the trending topic. Let's have it.
Tyron Woodley gets I Love Jake Paul tattoo. Does Jake Paul give him the rematch? Well, first of all, let's talk about the tattoo. Motherfucker got the tattoo in his finger. I think he got it in an angle where he can probably get a tattoo over it in the future, saying fuck you, Jake Paul, or some shit like that. I think he planned it. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's nothing, bro. I just see some shit right now that they posted that I was like, oh shit, this is very interesting.
What?
All right, so Hardy from MMA, you know what I'm saying? He posted some shit. They were going back and forth with Woodley. right? And he said some shit where he said, "You think you're slick, blah 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 blah," because he got "I love Jake Paul," but he said "I" and Jake Paul was tatted. The love was actually a pen. You know what I'm saying? He's like, you think you try to fool people. And I looked at the picture and I said, matter of fact, I'll give you time to look for it while I'm talking shit. Ready? So I looked at it, right? And I was like, hold the fuck up. I got a lot of tattoos on me, like I really do. You know what I'm saying? And I know how fresh tattoos look. I'm like, this motherfucker makes a point. You know what I'm saying? He makes a fucking point, bro. Look at it. What do you say?
I'm looking at it right now.
Does it look like it's true, right?
Hold on.
What were your plans, Mr. Woodley, to delete love and put hate or some shit, or I beat Jake Paul or some shit like that? First of all, you were supposed to get that tattoo. You were supposed to come through and be a man of your word. You know what I'm saying? You did not. You know what I'm saying? Now that you feel like this negotiation, now that this fight might not happen, now you want to get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, shush. Did you see the picture?
I saw a picture of the tattoo, but I can't find the post you're talking about.
Bro, just go to Woodley,
Let's just say, to everyone right now, he got the fucking tattoo. So let's just say he did get the tattoo.
All right.
So Jake Paul, give him the rematch.
Nah, bro, fuck that. He don't have to give him a rematch, to be honest with you, bro. And this guy took too long.
I don't think he gives it to him either.
No, this guy took too long to get it. If he would have got it right back and shit like that, maybe, you know what I'm saying? But he took too long. He only got that tattoo because he felt like, oh shit, it's almost over. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like this guy, like, you know, because he was trying to get a fight with Tommy Fury, and he said this. He's like, yo, bro, I was trying to get a fight with Dylan Dennis, and he come through. He missed out on it. You're going to miss out on it too. And I guess Woodley took that like, holy shit, like maybe I'm going to miss my opportunity as well. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, let me get this tattoo and shit. Yo, I send you the picture, right? Just zoom on it and tell me the love. Look at the love. That's fucking pen, my guy. Or at least it looks like pen.
Nah.
I don't know. It kind of looks like pen, bro.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Everything else does look like tatted comparing to the love.
Yeah, it looks a little sus, right?
Because the other spots look swollen, you know.
Yeah, it looks a little. Yeah, that's true. It would be like a little. You will see a little irritation. You know what I'm saying?
The love looks pretty like clean. Fuck, I don't know, man. I mean,
he's not gonna get that rematch, bro. I'm sorry to say, but you got that shit for nothing, bro.
So he's gonna have to cover that up or something, man.
I mean, that's easy, and the fingers tattoo fade. You know what I'm saying? That's probably why he got it there. You know what I'm saying? But he's not gonna get the rematch, and there's nothing you could do. And you were a little too late with this. And honestly, even
I think he could get the rematch. I think he could get the rematch.
If he was to get this tattoo like the day after, or maybe that within that same week, he would have had more respect than he does now. Now he looks like a fucking clown who's just trying to make the shit.
It would have been trending. It would have been trending if he would have got it right away.
I would have been like, damn.
It would have been in the moment still, you know what I mean?
I would have been like, yo, respect, bro. That guy's a man of his word. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, props to you for that shit. Like, who would do it? But you did it because you kept your fucking word. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't think like that. That's the truth.
I think he still gets the rematch because, like, now you look at Jake Paul's options, you know, Dana White's not going to give him Jorge Masvidal. At least that's what it seems like. You know? He's not. So who else do you have but not a rematch against Tyron Woodley if you don't give him Jorge Masvidal? Because that would be the best fight after Tyron Woodley right now. Jorge Masvidal. That's perfect.
I was just talking about that shit with certain people. I was like, bro, that is perfect for both men. Because for Jake Paul, this is like the competition that he needs type of shit, right? And he's a UFC superstar. Basically, he is, right? And for this guy, it's a fucking big payday. But it's all Dana's hands now, bro.
But who else? Like, you have to look at his options. What are his options right now, if not Tyron Woodley?
We talking about Jake Paul?
Yeah, for a Jake Paul fight next.
Bro, I think he has unlimited options.
He's climbing up the ladder pretty nicely. You know, he went from Ben Askren to Tyron Woodley. That's great. That's a great improvement.
Professional fighters, their cousins.
What's the next ladder after Tyron
Everybody's
Woodley?
calling him out. Everybody's calling him out. Dylan Dennis was another option, and now Dylan Dennis got into Tommy Fury.
Tommy Fury tried negotiating with him. It looks like he doesn't want to take the $1 million payday.
Exactly that. This motherfucker goes like this. He made 2 offers, and he's saying that I said no, and I did, but I'm not even going to discuss that. But anyways, and then he goes to discuss it. Like, he's a dumbass. And then he goes, he wants $1 million, gives me $1 million. Everybody knows for a fight of this magnitude, $1 million, I wouldn't even get out of bed. Like, shut the fuck up, bro. Like, your last fight, you probably got pennies, bro, compared to this shit. You're probably getting like 3 times, 5 times your money, bro. And now this is not worth to get out of bed. Like, take what the fuck you got for it's out the window.
I think what he's talking about, though, like, I get his point, too, because it's, like, the magnitude of the fight. Like,
true, but who the fuck? But without Jake Paul, guess what? His next 5 fights are still not going to be that $1 million range at all, no matter what the fuck it is.
I get it, but he there's a selling factor to his name, too. You know, he's Tyson Fury's brother.
Yes,
you know?
but this opportunity might leave.
In a way, he's a big name within itself, too, you know? Just by being Tyson Fury's brother.
But the numbers don't prove that.
It doesn't. Yeah, I guess maybe you're right about that. Yeah.
So take what the fuck you're getting, bro. You're getting $1 million. Stop being fucking greedy. Say fucking yes, bro.
You know what? That would be the best next fight, though. If you can't get Jorge Masvidal.
And there's a big chance Tommy Fury can win, to be honest with you. He's bigger and he's a boxer. You know what I'm saying? He could fucking possibly beat Jake Paul, like, by a lot. Like, my money will be on Tommy, to be honest with you.
But who else? Let's say that looks like it's falling apart.
Anybody he wants. Masvidal was one of them, right? They were talking about,
but like
they don't want to do it.
One that's a step up from like the Tyron Woodley fight.
Because if you're Jake Paul, you have to fight somebody that's recognizable to like his fans or just general and people out there. You know what I'm saying? Anybody. It can't just be anybody. It can't be a guy that's 4-2 type of shit. You know what I'm saying? It has to be somebody like with a name.
I'm trying to think, man. Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I'm trying to think who that would be next. If you can't land a UFC guy or a Tommy Fury, like, who is that?
Tommy Fury was perfect, to be honest with you, but Tommy Fury right now is being greedy.
All right. I guess that's what it is, man. I mean, not much else to say about it. Tyron Woodley probably wasted a spot of his body.
Yeah, there you go. Woodley did. You know what I'm saying?
Well, who knows? Maybe he might still get that fight, but that is to be holy shit. Imagine getting a tattoo though. I love Jake Paul because of that, man.
I think Jake Paul should have been more specific. Like, you're gonna get tatted on your chest, on your arm, on your hand.
Yeah, he was able to finesse it more, you know, because he could finesse that. He could just cover that shit up probably and make it something else.
Yo, so anything you wanna talk about or bring up?
You want to talk about Nick Diaz?
Oh, let's talk about the Nick Diaz fight, bro. Like, listen, I'll be honest with you, bro. I like that fight. I actually enjoyed that fight. I had some people tell me it was shitty, it was trash.
He had a lot. He had a lot more left than what I thought he did.
Yeah, and I honestly, based off those first 30 seconds, I was like, this motherfucker's about to get demolished and shit like that. And even that, based on the pictures before his fight, like that lead up, you know what I'm saying? But like after the first
round, a lot slower though.
Yeah, after that round, I was a little surprised on that. At least he got them hands still, you know what I'm saying?
No, he still got the volume too, you know? But
yeah, this yo, I'm telling you, volume is a crazy thing, bro. Volume could win a fight, bro. You know what I'm saying?
You could have overwhelmed Robbie Lawler, but I mean,
you don't even need power, bro. You got volume. Volume is a hell of a thing, bro.
But he's too slow right now, man. I don't think he should get back in the octagon anytime soon, man. He's a lot slower than what he used to be, man. He's got the volume, but the speed, man, it's like you're watching a fight in slow motion.
I mean, obviously, understandably so. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know this guy took like 6 years off, so you have to understand. And I knew it, shit, you know, and they fucking catfished us too, because somebody said it. Like, you see the pictures and shit of him, like, I'm coming back, and he looks mad fit and good. And all of a sudden, he comes fight week. Here you go, this fat fucking shit like that. I'm fat too. I'm just saying.
That picture of him shadowboxing, right? Where he looks mad slow and old.
Like, yo, bro, it was like, what the fuck? Like, you know what? He was doing the pictures, right, to the promo for the UFC on fight weekend. Yeah, man. So basically people say we were catfish and shit like that, right? But, you know, at the end of the day, look, I enjoyed that fight. I really did. I'm not going to lie. I enjoyed that fight.
That's the thing, though. He's still enjoyable to watch. So, like, I mean, I would probably be down to watch him again, but it's got to be a more calculated opponent next time.
I don't like the fact that he gave up. I don't like that fact that he gave up, bro.
That was back to the Diaz name, right? Yeah.
Bro, yeah, because not if you're a Diaz, bro. You don't do that shit, bro. Especially you're the big brother, bro. You don't fucking do that shit. But, you know.
That's fucking sacred right there at the Diaz to, like, fucking give up like that.
You get a little leeway.
Not a good look.
you get a little leeway because you took some time off, like 6 years, and I get it. But damn, that was not a good look, bro. I mean, at the end of the day, they're not gonna criticize him or be hard on him because they know that time off can do to you, and he came in looking like he took time off. So
Yeah, I mean, let's see what's next. I mean, he wanted to fight Kamaru Usman. That would have gone a lot fucking worse, man.
yo, we also have this Terrence Crawford and Sean Porter for November 20th.
Oh shit, you're right, man, and that's a good one too. How the fuck did we not? That's a good clip.
Yeah, so it's official for November 20th, my guy. So now it's a done deal. It's happening in the Mandalay Bay, and
wow, man, credit to Sean Porter, man. You got to give credit to Sean Porter being that first guy from the other side to fucking step up like that.
I really feel that this fight was made because Sean Porter tried for it. And even though he wasn't mandatory,
that's what everyone's saying.
Even though he wasn't mandatory, I feel like that the Crawford could have gotten away from, unless Porter wasn't as being as pursuing his fight as he was.
I'll tell you the truth. I think Sean Porter is already on his way to being a Hall of Famer, man. Already. Bro,
anybody talks bad about Sean Porter, I'm fighting them, bro. Like, I respect that guy. I love that guy.
Sean Porter is a Hall of Famer, like a future Hall of Famer, in my opinion, bro. Like, you can't say the same about other guys, like Danny Garcia, like some of those guys, like, you can't say they're Hall of Famers. You look at Sean Porter, like what he's doing in boxing, he's a Hall of Famer, bro.
Bro,
obviously, it depends how it goes with the Terrence Crawford fight and shit like that, but, bro, come on. He's fighting the top guys almost every fight.
Yeah, for sure, bro. Listen, there's one thing about Sean Porter is that I don't know how the fuck all these other top fighters are not getting these top fights, but Sean Porter does. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's crazy, right?
He's taking the fight.
You think that's what it is? Is that he's saying yes?
Yes, of course. And he not only that, I saw an interview too. Like, his dad was trying to actually push him into actually taking on another fight, just to stay active kind of fight. He said, "No, I'm not getting back in the ring until you give me Terrence Crawford." And this motherfucker got Terrence Crawford, man.
My guy. Check this shit out, bro. We got, obviously, Mananaji, but he's whatever. We got Brook, right? We got Broner, Thurman, Berto, Granados, Garcia, Ugas, Spence Jr., and now Terrence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is crazy. This resume for being a welterweight at this time, it's probably the best resume at welterweight today.
You're right. And that's a lot. That says, like, all respect to Sean Porter. He's a badass, man. But now let's talk about Terrence Crawford. What this means for Terrence Crawford. If he fucking wins this fight, if he stops Sean Porter, bro, that's a statement too.
If he stops Sean Porter, it'll be just one guy in a fucking pool full of sharks. You know what I'm saying? That all of a sudden,
bro, it's not only just one guy in a pool full of sharks. It's a fucking statement, bro.
It's it's a statement. Yes, it's a statement because Sean Porter.
Because you stop Sean Porter.
Sean Porter is not an easy guy. You're fucking right. It is a fucking statement. I'm sorry for even saying that, right? But what I'm trying to say is that there was other competition with even at a better position to be top guy, and you decide to skip them and fight Sean Porter, and this is just one guy you took. You know what I'm saying? You beat him fine, but guess what? You still have a whole fucking roster right there. You know what I'm trying to? That's what I'm trying to say.
You do, but you're sending a fucking crazy message if you stop Sean Porter.
Yeah, but why? This is the question we have to ask ourselves. Why does he have to fight Porter? And why did that fight get made only when he was the mandatory? Why not get made before? Why not fight any other top guy? Why only Porter, which is a valid guy that we feel...
I think it was working. I think they were the promotions. I think it had a lot to do with the promotions. I think the promotion, Top Rank, and PBC. Al Heyman. They're slowly working. They're working together now more than ever, bro. Like, you have the Fury versus Wilder fight. You have fights. Fights are happening, bro.
Yeah,
from both sides. So I think they're slowly working their way to a Terrence Crawford versus Errol Spence.
Well, you say slowly, you're making it sound like they just you know what I'm saying? It's taking its time, here and there. But bro, this has been years. And now that you have a mandatory, now all of a sudden you can make it work.
Because they would have took away the belt. They would have vacated. They would have had to strip him had he not fight
Exactly. So now you can make it work.
Yeah. So now you have to give credit to the sanctioning bodies for that, actually.
All right,
so
fuck giving credit though. Let's take credit away. Let's take credit away from fucking Crawford now, because you're, backs against the wall and you have no choice. You know what I'm saying? If you don't do this, you know what I'm saying? Now you're gonna make the fight.
But this is a crazy fight, man. This is the fight.
You can say anything you want around it. Let's talk about the main thing, which is why now? Why when your back's against the wall? Why when you're forced to make the fight? Why all of a sudden now the fight is able to get made?
I think a lot of it had to do with Sean Porter, man. I'll be honest. I think a lot of it was Sean Porter.
Stop it, bro.
I think Porter
is the one that does let's do it. Porter's the one that signed up to fight this guy, that guy, this guy. You telling me because of Porter that fight was hard to be made? Get out of here, bro.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying Porter is the reason why it happened. Porter's the one that pushed the fight to happen.
Okay, yeah. I thought you said the opposite. I was about to fight you.
Porter pushing for the fight is what made the fight happen.
Yeah. But now, it's time to discredit Crawford, bro. Like, why now? Why now?
Yeah, why did I raise my hand? You see that?
I just seen that. What the fuck is that?
I think it's because I raised my hand.
It says lower your fucking hand. But there you go. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is that it's crazy how back then, it was never negotiated, right? Things never, turned out, you know what I'm saying? But now all of a sudden when your back's against the wall, and all of a sudden this fight is happening, meaning that this fight could have been done a while ago because it was done this time. You know what I'm saying? It could have been done a while ago. So
Porter, the fight, Porter is going to go to ESPN. He's actually going to go to the other network. The fight's not going to be promoted by PBC. So it's actually, Heyman's basically he's like, Top Rank is borrowing Sean Porter for this bout, and he's bringing him over to ESPN.
Yeah, they have to somehow find a way. You know what I'm saying? And I get it, but they could have done that before too. Just like the Canelo and the Caleb Plant. I think the same thing is happening where it's
Canelo is being borrowed over to PBC. It's not being promoted by DAZN at all.
It's Showtime, right?
I would think it would go like the Showtime HBO route where they would like share networks.
Yeah.
But no, they're like lending each other's fighters and shit like that,
Yeah, because so in other words, it can be done.
It could. And it's just a great sign that considering Spence gets better, we're going to be able to see Spence versus Crawford. It just makes you more hopeful for that fight,
Another thing I want to talk about real quick before I disconnect this shit, right, is Pacquiao. Pacquiao is now running to become president of the Philippines, right? Which means that he's pretty much done with boxing, which is what I told you. I said there's rumors going around that he wants to become a president, and so this will be his last fight. And then Ugas decided, it wasn't his fault, what I'm saying? He stepped up to Spence coming out. So it just sucks that we didn't get the fight that we wanted earlier this year.
I think Pacquiao's got one more in him. I think Pacquiao
it's about time. It's about time. Like he's running to become the president of the Philippines.
Pacquiao, he's gonna do it. He's gonna do one while he's running for president or while he's president.
Bro, he retired already.
He's gonna do it in the Philippines.
He retired, bro. He said it right there. He retired.
Mark my words, though. I'm telling you. Even if he said it already.
Yeah, that would be so badass. Imagine that shit, bro. You running for fucking president and shit like that, and you fucking fighting.
In your fucking country, too. That's how I think it's going to happen, though. I think he's going to have one less bout. He's going to calculate the opponent, obviously, because he's retiring. It's going to be an easier opponent.
Not going to happen.
He's going to have it in the Philippines. That's how I think it's going to go down.
Not going to happen. He's too busy becoming president. And good for him, though. Now, I'm going to tell you something.
Put money on it.
I'm going to tell you this. Pacquiao's story, right, from beginning to end, is one for a movie. That is facts, bro. This guy was dirt poor, sleeping under boxing rings, fucking became fucking 8th division world champ. And now if he becomes the president of the Philippines, this fucking guy's story is insane, bro. You cannot write this shit. It's crazy.
They're definitely making a movie about him, though.
I hope they do. Because I'm buying a ticket. But anyways, man.
I think that's all we got, man.
Anything else you want to add on before we leave?
Predictions for Wilder Fury 3, it's coming soon, man.
We'll talk about that before the time comes, man. Because
Bro, the time's about to come, though.
what time? When does the fight? When does it happen?
Wilder Fury 3, I'll tell you right now. It's
October 7 or some shit, right?
It's coming soon, man.
October 8. It's not this week, so whatever. We'll talk about it before next week.
Yeah, October 9th, man. It's fucking. Right.
We'll talk about it when it comes. Then.
It's next Saturday, bro.
We'll talk about it when it comes, bro, because you never know what happens in the fight week. But let's just end this right now because, like, that shit to do, bro.
All right, bro.
So well, yo, man. Listen, appreciate you. Anything else you want to say before we click this?
Nah, man, we're all good, man. Had a good time actually talking fights.
It was a good week.
We didn't talk about the Volkanovski fight, though.
I mean, what is it to talk about? I mean, there is a lot to talk about, to be honest with you, bro. But I don't think I have the time for that shit right now, bro. It's 11:08.
Damn, we're not gonna talk about the Volkanovski fight.
All right, boom. Alexander Volkanovski versus Brian Ortega, right? You know what I'm saying? Crazy fight, crazy fucking title fight. I love that shit, right? Ortega was getting his fucking ass. Now I wouldn't say beat, but then I would say beat, right? He was getting touched up and shit like that, losing those fucking rounds. I felt bad for him at a point, but like the way he was able to turn it in the last round, or even try to get this guy in some fucking submissions and shit like that, like 3 of them.
He's got a champion's heart, man.
Yeah, I remember when he caught him in submissions, bro. I was fucking going. I was like, oh, I was jumping. I was like, oh shit. I called my boy like, yo, look at this shit. I couldn't believe it. I was mad fucking hype, bro.
If it wasn't for Volkanovski and Max Holloway, I think Brian Ortega would be champ right now. You know,
yeah,
it's just unfortunate
sucks,
that it's up against these guys that are like obviously better than him.
It fucking sucks for him, bro. I feel bad for him for that.
He's got a champion's heart, though. Like, he's got that thing that champions have to, like, dig deep. Like what Volkanovski fucking demonstrated, too, by, you know, overcoming all those adversities with the fucking submissions and the fight and shit. And the last few seconds of the fight, too, when he was about to fucking – you saw that where he was, like, clipping him?
Bro, I feel so bad for Ortega because I feel like if it wasn't for those 2 top guys that are above him right now, he would have been champion. Yeah. Of course, yeah. Champ. It just sucks that this time that you're coming into this UFC and you're competing and shit and you're in your top spot. It's just these 2 guys just are better than you.
The thing about it too, though, also is that he's taking a lot of punishment. You know, I don't see Brian Ortega having a very durable career, man. I think he's actually going to have a shorter career than what other fighters would have, you know, and it's because he's taking so much punishment. His 2 big fights against Max Holloway and Michael Volkanovski, you know, he's taking some heavy shots, man.
Yeah. So I don't think his health is like able to afford another rematch against either Holloway or Volkanovski. Just because the way those fights were going, when it came to Holloway, he was getting demolished. He was getting he looked worse
in that fight.
Yeah, there was no way. Yeah, there was no way he was winning that fight. When it came to the Volkanovski fight, there was always that chance that he could submit him and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but if he rematches any one of those 2, I just don't think his body was able to I don't know. It was just a bad time for him.
I think he's playing the roulette if he's having rematches with these guys, man, like with himself. Because
with himself, not even with them. Because at the end of the day, I still think that Holloway beats him maybe 9 out of 10 times, and Volkanovski probably beats him 8 out of 10. So it's like, you know,
what move up? Maybe move up.
I think for him, he's gonna have to either try to make a decision. Either you go down to 135. Or you just accept the fact that you're not going to, you know, be able to beat these 2. And I'm not saying that he probably won't. You know what I'm saying? He might surprise me, but I'm just saying there's a big chance that he won't. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not trying to discount him neither, bro. He's a fucking hell of a guy, hell of a champion. You know what I'm saying?
You know, if I'm him, I would keep trying to go for the belt. And, like, one more attempt that doesn't go his way, move up.
If I was him, I would try to go to 135 and shit. You know what I'm saying? Just because, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't think he's capable of hitting 135, bro.
Yeah, because I think at this point in time, 145's belt. I'm not saying in the division because you're not obviously number 3 in the division. I'm just saying at this point, I don't think you're gonna touch that belt.
I think 155 might be
I mean, that's the
a
whole
route
point,
for him,
right?
bro.
To touch the belt, right?
Yeah, I mean, if anything, he should try 155.
Too big,
And
bro. And there's no way. There's too many people.
Speaking of the top contenders, we have Max Holloway now fighting Yair Rodriguez. Holloway, obviously, you know, controversial between him and Volkanovski because people think that Max Holloway won that second bout. People want to see a third fight. I want to see a third fight.
I'm gonna tell you this right now:
And Max could get that
100% Max won that second fight. 100%.
Max could get that fight. He doesn't need to fight Yair Rodriguez to get that fight. You know,
I think
you know what I mean? Like Dana would give him that fight, but you know what he's doing? He's a champ, bro. Like he's got a champion's heart too, and he's trying to show the UFC and the world that he deserves that shot to the rematch. So he's like, fuck it, give me Yair Rodriguez.
I honestly think he's trying to fight Yair Rodriguez, or he's going to fight Yair Rodriguez only because he can beat him. That's how I feel, right? And I feel Yair Rodriguez is a little in over his head right now because this is going to look just like Yair versus Frankie Edgar, bro. I'm telling you right now, bro. Fucking Holloway is going to take him to deep waters, and he's going to drown him. I know he is, and I fucking love Yair Rodriguez, but I'm telling you that right now.
See, man, I know he's going to be using a lot of kicks. Holloway's going to be using a lot of boxing. I think it's tailor-made for Holloway. Holloway's going to piece him up.
Yeah. I feel bad for him, and he might be successful maybe in the first round, maybe even 2. But once that volume kicks in of Holloway, and once he feels that pressure that Holloway brings, I'm sorry, it's Holloway.
And once he does win that fight,
Holloway's not an easy guy to fucking stun, bro.
Yeah, once Holloway, unless you go to 155 and fight Poirier, but once Holloway beats Yair Rodriguez, it's time to fight Volkanovski for the third fight.
Then again, I hope I'm proven wrong. Anyways, I hope I'm proven wrong because when it came to I remember Rose Namajunas and also fucking Joanna, I really felt in my heart that was the way it was going to look. The same thing I'm talking about, Yair Holloway, and look how it went. You know what I'm saying? So then again, this is the fight game. It could go the other way around. Nothing is for certain, bro.
And you know what happens next if that does happen? If Yair beats Max Holloway, you got a fucking frontline ticket to Volkanovski right away, you know?
For sure, 100%. But I feel like that was a way that he avoided Zabit. Yes.
No, holy shit, I forgot about Zabit, actually.
Yeah, he was supposed to fight him like twice. And
Max Holloway or
Yair, and it never worked out.
That's a good fight.
Yeah, but anyways, it is what it is, man. Let's see it should play out because at the end of the day, things can change the fight game, man. Things change 2 weeks, 3 weeks from now, bro. I'm telling you.
An injury and then you bring in Zabit.
Injury, everything. The fight game is so uncertain, bro.
All right, bro. I think we're good now.
All right, my brother. So thank you for giving me your insight on this week's bullshit. And till next time.
All right, peace. Peace out.